And welcome back to another Who Would Win in the week of Who Would Wins. Today's Who Would Win comes to us from, what's the name of this person? The Surge or the Sarge, I think. I think it's the Sarge. Anyway, they asked the question, who would in a fight? Team RWBY or Part 1, Team 7? I don't watch the series RWBY really at all. My sister likes it a lot. Obviously, I'm a big Naruto fan, hence the majority of my what ifs are Naruto based. But so in the series RWBY, people I can't remember what they're called. They're either called hunters or something along those lines. But you go to a special school, learn to use weapons, you learn to use things called dust, which is basically ammo, and learn to use your semblance, which is a unique ability unique to each individual. The members of Team RWBY, their letters make up the name, RWBY in this case, are Ruby, who is the one in red. Her main weapon is known as Ruby Crescent, which is this giant scythe that doubles as a gun. All these weapons double as a gun. She is skilled in taking down creatures called Grims. Think of them kind of like the Hollows from Bleach. She's also skilled in using her semblance, which is known as Petal Burst, which initially let her just move at high speeds and velocity, creating an after image of petals, but actually allows her to kind of deconstruct herself on a molecular level into petals to avoid hits and other people if she's focusing. She has an ability called Silver Eyes, but it really doesn't seem to have any effect on anyone who doesn't have Grim in it. So it's kind of an irrelevant ability here. She is highly skilled at taking down Grim, but is not as capable in a one-to-one fight against normal humans, although she's gotten better at it. Then you have Yang, the yellow one, the other real famous one of the group. Very loud, very brash, very head in first, ask questions later type of character. Much more hand-to-hand oriented. Her weapon of choice is known as Ember Celis, I think it is, which basically is a gauntlet that can turn into basically a gauntlet that fires, bullets. Her semblance, known as Burn, is basically able to absorb kinetic energy and convert it into her physical strength and throw it back at someone else, or an energy blast or whatever. The problem is, A, she doesn't do well against opponents that are capable of dodging her. B, even though she can take hits and absorb kinetic energy, she still is injured when she takes those hits. And C, she can get a little hot-headed and easily flustered against the right opponent. Weiss is the one in the white. She's the W of the group. Her weapon is Martatoruser. Basically, it's a rapier that's a gun. Her ability is glyphs. Her semblance is glyphs. What it means is she can create these hexagon-like glyphs that are solid structures that she can use to bounce off, enhance her speed, use for trick room kind of things, and even use some time dilation to actually enhance her speed even further. She's also capable of sending giant ice golems and monsters to aid her in battle, though nothing super huge. Like the most powerful ones are the biggest ones. She is among the faster of the members of the RWBY group, but she's also the squishiest. She has the least durability and endurance of the group. She can't even take a really good shot. The last of the group is Blake Belladonna, who wields the Gamble Shroud sword. The Gamble Shroud sword has three forms. A, it's a gun, but B, the sword being sheathed can usually cut through things. Unsheathed, they can be used in tandem, and even turn into kind of a kusagari, which is a chain sickle. She is skilled in one second here, where was it? Oh yeah, she is skilled in overall hand-to-hand combat and has the ability to kind of create shadow clones of her own and combine it with dust for different effects. She can't create an infinite amount of these clones, but she can definitely create multiple at a time. I forgot to mention that Yang also has a prosthetic arm, as she lost her arm a while back, but gained a cybernetic one. Part 1, Team 7. Now, when we're looking at Part 1, Team 7, we have to look at them at their peak when they were a team. So we cannot look at Sasuke when he's got the Curse Mark version 2. In theory, we can't look at Naruto when he's got Kurama's chakra, Tail Beast, one-tailed chakra cloak. Although technically Naruto should be able to still access that, given in a dire strait. Sasuke can't access the Curse level 2 in this version because we're looking at them at Team 7. We have Sakura, who, look, I'm not trying to crap on Sakura in this video, but she is the weak link of the group. She is mildly okay in hand-to-hand combat. She does have all three of the Academy Jutsu, Substitution, Transformation, and Clone Jutsu under her belt. She is highly intellectual and can even strategize when need to, but she just doesn't have anything really major to add to this fight. I'm going to tell you right now, she's going down first in this fight. Sasuke and Naruto are going to be doing a lot of the heavy hitting. Sasuke, we know, is a very capable hand-to-hand fighter, has his Sharingan, has access to multiple fire style jutsus, including Fireball, Phoenix Flower Jutsu, and Fire Dragon Jutsu, has the Chidori under his belt, and in a pinch, the Curse Mark can activate and give him a boost of energy. Yeah, he's still, he's still only a kid. He's probably has the most training of the three under his belt. Because he did train when he was a kid while he was, with his family, while the Uchiha were still around. So he does probably have better training than the three of them. And then Naruto, obviously the main character, he's capable in hand-to-hand combat, but he's also really good at thinking on the fly and doing just random types of stuff. Random strategization. Random strategy is actually one of his biggest strengths. Also, obviously, his ability to use Shadow Clone Jutsu and use them in mass, capable of even creating thousands of Shadow Clones when he needs be. And obviously, he has the Rasengan, a very powerful technique as well, and he has access to the Fox's Chakra when he needs to use it. So he's got a lot going for him in this fight. So I'll say this: as a group, Team RWBY's got the better training under their belt. In terms of raw power and overall variety, Team 7's got the edge there. Now, initially, I was thinking RWBY was going to just take this win, but honestly, so again, let's say these four go into the fight. Sakura, unfortunately, tries her best. I'm just going to... I would imagine Yang might go after Sasuke. I don't know who would go after who. I think maybe RWBY would probably try to take on Naruto, who would just be swarming in mass. Blake would try to counteract his Shadow Clones or her Shadow Clones, popping them out. Sasuke's, keeping that at bay with Fire Style, but Yang can just plow through that, and Weiss can just, zigzag. Naruto can compensate for numbers thanks to Shadow Clones, but his skills are a bit more limited compared to Sasuke's. Because Sakura would probably be the first one out, they really would be fighting a 4-on-2 match. Even with Shadow Clones, Blake can counter with a certain amount of her Shadow Clones, and they would be in trouble. Except, you'll notice there's something I haven't brought up that's still on the screen. If we're talking about Team 7, Kakashi is the leader of Team 7, and therefore it's his team. So he's a part of this fight. And if you're asking me who wins in a fight, even part 1 Kakashi versus Team RWBY, Kakashi is manhandling all 4 of them. Kakashi is a type of opponent that they are not prepared to fight. He is highly intelligent, far more strategic than any of them, able to keep a level head, which, Yang is the one who normally loses her head, but it's all good. Weiss would probably be the one who would be taken down by Naruto and Sasuke if need be. But Kakashi also has a man who copied over 1,000 jutsu, so he has way the versatility to be countering what's coming at him. Granted, his chakra reserves, because of his Sharingan, can leave something to be desired, but still, he's an expert in hand-to-hand combat, completely trumping, I think, anything those girls can bring up. He knows Genjutsu, he knows Taijutsu, he knows Ninjutsu. He also has the Sharingan, so he can predict their movements no problem. He's also got a lot more experience than Sasuke with the Sharingan. He has literally decades worth of a battle experience being on the field in a war. He has lived through war, whereas these girls have not. So he would probably wait it out to see if Naruto and Sasuke could take them on. And if Naruto activates the Fox's Chakra and Sasuke activates the Curse Mark, which Kakashi will be like, oh, that's not good, then maybe they could stand a chance. I could see Naruto clashing with Yang and then kind of like exploding. Naruto kind of like laid out on the ground, and Yang also being kind of laid out on the ground because she still takes pain, feels hits, and takes damage. And RWBY's not good against fighting humans. So even if Naruto and Sasuke couldn't put him down, and I'm not saying they couldn't, I think there is still a solid chance they could win. Kakashi could easily come in and clean up the mess. And honestly, Kakashi could probably take these girls on all on his own. And I'm just talking about part 1 Kakashi. Part 2 Kakashi, Boruto Kakashi. Oh, he no. There's nothing. They're just like saying, okay, thanks for the lesson. That's what's happening there. So yeah, it would be Team 7, Part 1, Team 7. Again, I'm not trying to shit on Sakura, but Sakura is not up for this type of fight. She's just not. Now, if you gave me Shippuden era Team 7, or even just gave me a Team 7 composed of them at the very beginning of Shippuden, Sakura could literally manhandle the majority of them. She is far more competent at the beginning of part 2. She literally has Tsunade type strength. So if she cracked Weiss, not only is Weiss is just taken out because she doesn't have it, can't really take a good hit, she might just be broken and dead. She really could just kill any of these girls in an instant. Because for some reason, Shinobi and Naruto have a lot higher durability than some other animes. Anyway, though, I would go Team 7. What do you got? Let me know. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you folks